Well, hello. I didn't see you there. Come and join me. We're gonna have some wine, and I'm gonna talk about some very unpopular opinions. So just sit back, relax, and buckle in.
Evercade Effect.
Welcome, fellow Evercadians and retro enthusiasts. You are watching the Evercade Effect at a retro scene. All right. So before we get started here, just want to have some disclaimers. If you don't like unpopular opinions, if you don't like truth, if you don't like rants, then just go ahead and stop the video. Oh wait.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
No, I won't. It will go on. But seriously though, I'm going to go ahead and talk about some things that I think are important that specifically affect the Evercade. And I want you to take this journey with me. And I'd really like to hear what you have to say. And if you stay to the end of the video, there might even be a special surprise. Speaking of surprises, if you're surprised that you found this channel somewhere in the YouTube verse and you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so below. Yeah, you're gonna wanna check out all the cool, crazy, awesome things I have going on this year, and you're not gonna want to miss out. So, pull up your favorite beverage and let's do this. All right, so today's topic is, why is Evercade niche, and why this should concern you. All right, so let's take a step back. So, I want to address the first question. Why is Evercade niche? Well, this may be obvious to some people, but to others it isn't. Well, first of all, in case some of you haven't noticed, I think a lot of you have, retro games in the year 2020 just isn't popular compared to modern video games. That's just a sad fact. We just have a tiny slice. And that's retro games in general. I'm talking about like arcades, home consoles, everything, all mishmashed together. Maybe you can even throw, well, no, I won't throw a pinball in that category, but you know what I mean. So now you have a small slice, and let's say you take the Evercade out of that. That's even a tinier slice, right? So it's definitely a very niche product to begin with. Unfortunately, retro gaming is niche in general, but maybe that's the beauty of it, of what makes it so popular. So that's the first thing, because my community on Discord and on Facebook, I swear to God I haven't had anyone before this. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts. There are a lot of people who don't seem to get this. And for a while now, this gloom and doom attitude just it just really has bothered me, and so I feel it's finally time to speak my mind and go ahead and address this. And I'm sure some people will probably say that I'm a shill or whatever, but I can assure you that if the great folks at Evercade are watching this video, like Sean and Ryan, this is the first time they're seeing it. No one has put me up to this. This is, as YouTubers say, these are my own thoughts. Which I find to be funny, as if you're programmed by a robot. So, my first point. So, we understand we're dealing with very niche. Now, you have to look at it from Blaze's standpoint that, yes, they would like to have, like, all the big players, but there's something called licensing, so they can't get it, and they're a small company. But here's the thing, though. I personally think, and this might shock you, that's a good thing.
What?
Don't get me wrong, I know what y'all are saying. I would love to see, like, the next Castlevanias and Marios and all that good stuff ported over to the Evercade. I do talk about a lot how on ecosystem, but the magic and the wonder of what I love about Evercade is that we get to play a lot of games that we never heard of before. A lot of indie games, a lot of hidden gems. And so I can honestly say that if you're the kind of person that doesn't like those type of gaming, that type of games, why do you have an Evercade to begin with? Why do you go on the Facebook forums? Why do you go on Discord? Why do you just complain and whine? I mean, and there are people who do offer really good feedback and positive feedback. I understand that Evercade is not a perfect product. Nothing is. So I offer my thoughts or opinions, but I'll just flat out say that there are all the Michaels out there that are just negative about it. And I don't understand why somebody would waste their time and their energy just to constantly complain. And I'm not talking about the constructive feedback, oh, well, if Evercade doesn't get Sega, they're doomed. No. If Evercade doesn't get multiplayer, they're doomed. No. What is true if Evercade doesn't get a big publisher, yes, they won't be mainstream. They're far from doomed. They're very, very much far from doomed. And you know what? If Evercade doesn't become mainstream console, that's not the end of the world. Again, like I said, we get to play all these cool games. We get to play all these great games I never heard of. I know from the new Morphcat collection, I was honestly surprised that there was a lot of hate towards that. As people were like, oh, not for me. Okay. I get it, but then there's people who will complain we need more indie games. So which is it? And again, those of you who are watching my video, or most of you who are watching my video, I want to say, this isn't directed towards you. I really do love the community. I appreciate all my subscribers. This is for the few individuals out there who may or may not ever see this video that I've just gotten frustrated with. And you may have noticed that on my recent video, that I posted, or I should say my recent YouTube post in the Evercade non-official fans group, I had to turn off comments. Because there were those special people that could just not help themselves, and quite frankly, I love to have intelligent conversations with people, but I don't have time just to bicker back and forth. So people were acting like children on the Facebook group forum, so I had to turn off the comments and treat them like that.
Yeah, I know.
You know? So there. I mean, at some point, I would like to go ahead and bring that back. For now, because the official Evercade YouTube Facebook group, they do moderate it. So I've left that on. I do like how the non-official one isn't moderated, but sometimes you have that craziness. I do want to say too that it helps out my channel and everyone else if you actually come over to YouTube and comment below, get a conversation. If you have issues in there, whatever, just tell me straight up. It's all good. I've got thick skin. Some folks have given me great feedback. A lot of people have come up with awesome ideas for subjects, have contributed. I love that. This is why I do this community. It's my interaction with y'all, with you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Without the community, I've said this before, I'm just some nobody, just playing games on my own. And I love the support, and I love all the feedback. And I know with any community, you're gonna have a few bad apples, but I just wish people would understand. Tomorrow we're not going to get Zelda, we're not going to get Pac-Man, we're not going to get all those awesome AAA titles. That's not what the Evercade is about! If you honestly thought that the Evercade was about that, then again, why do you have it? The Evercade is about these gems, it's about indie greatness, it's about discovery, and I think there's a big market for that. Well, I should say a big market within, our niche community. For me personally, I get bored of games very easily, and I think I've talked about this, and I hate it. I envy those who can just pick up a AAA title, go on, sink 100 hours into an RPG, an open world game. That's awesome if y'all can do that. For me, I get bored really quickly, and not only that, when I was just diving into just emulation in general on my computer, there was just an emptiness. There was just too many games. Where do I start? Where do I go? A lot of unfinished games. With the Evercade, it curates all that for you. I swear this is my only glass of wine here. And I love that. For me, the hype is getting excited about the next collection. So yeah, the Morphcat collection, that has me hyped. There's some really good games in that. The Intellivision 2, that's awesome. The Renovation collection that we're getting this month, I can't wait for that. Even the Gremlin collection, yes, not everything can be winners, but you know what? There's going to be one or two gems on that cart that I'm just going to love. And it's all for the low price of $19.99. No, really, for $20 USD. And in most cases, actually I want to say in all cases, I dare somebody to point out a cart that isn't worth it to get for the $20.
Hell, it's only money, as Rockefeller said.
Okay, fine, maybe worms, but no, seriously though. There's people that love that. So I just want to set the record straight that the Evercade is not meant to be a mainstream gaming system. We may get there, we may not get there. All we know is we have some friggin' fantastic games. And it's about the discovery. It's about the physical media. It's about the booklets. It's about the community. And you know what? Through all that, you can discover nostalgia, right? It should bring you back to a happy time of when you did have games on cards. And I honestly think Blaze has taken that to the next level, especially being able to get something like Micro Mages, that DLC or that remix of the game for the first time on physical media. I mean, how awesome is that? I wish people would understand that the whole thing, why Evercade works, is it's all physical. You know, it's not like you just go online and you download games and play them. Yes, there are ecosystems for that. You can do that on any console. The VCS is geared towards that. And I don't even believe they necessarily have mainstream games in their library. You know, it's not about that. So, I just wish those of you in the community that spend your time and energy constantly complaining, just think about what the Evercade is about. Think what Blazers is trying to do, and let just everyone have fun. I mean, that's what it's all about. Is in a community that we're all drawn together because we found a device that can do one of the things that we love, and that's retro gaming. You know, it's fine to only play Evercade. It's fine to have a Switch. It's fine to have a PS4. It's fine to have a Microsoft Xbox X or whatever. You can play games any way you want, and as many times as you want. It's fine to own an Evercade and run a PC emulator. You know, that's one of the reasons why I own a Game Boy Advance, to fulfill that niche of having the Zeldas and Marios that will never go there. I get it, and of course, you know, it's obvious that a big publisher like Nintendo, it's not going to happen. I just wonder, of all those of you who do spend time making those comments, perhaps if you spent that time gaming, you know, you would be happier. So I just noticed, do I dare say that, you know, both on, you know, more on Facebook than Discord, the community has become a little bit Umiko-like. and I would hate for that to spread. I just don't know what it is. If there's, because it's just a long time to wait between the next carts. Just enjoy the Evercade, or don't. It's your choice. I just don't see the need why people have to go ahead and post and try to ruin it for others. So let me know, comment below. You know, how do you feel? Is Evercade niche? Should it be more of a mainstream system? Am I cuckoo, as I've talked about before? Can you relate to all what I'm saying, or am I the only one just explaining this on the forums? Because, you know, I do like to check out and see what's going on in the community. I'm very interested in what everyone has to say, and you know, I'm willing to sift through the filth to get to the good stuff. But you know, sometimes enough is enough. And as always, well, I created content. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye!